Are you ready for the King of the Ice? Pete's Power Plays with Philly Pete starts now on 12 Ounce Sports.
And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Thursday, October 15th, 2020 episode of Pete's Power Plays, hosted by the one, the only, that's right, the king of the ice himself, Philly Pete, and we are live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. I hope everyone had a phenomenal night yesterday, had a great day yesterday. I hope my people out in the East Coast are grabbing their lunch right now, little lunch break, some rise and shine out west, get your cup of joe, get that breakfast sandwich, whatever is rocking and rolling for you right now this morning out west. My lunch breakers out east, welcome aboard. What can I say? It's been a phenomenal evening. It's been a phenomenal week. A great weekend last weekend. If you don't know, I'll say it again. My wife and I are expecting a child April 2021. I couldn't be any happier. This is awesome. I'm going to be a father, a dad, hopefully a role model to my child, and I hope a hero as well. And this is exactly what we wanted, my wife and I. And here we are. I'm just ecstatic. I'm lost for words. So if you hear me stumbling a little bit today, obviously you know that I'm just very overjoyed. I'm excited and very, very ecstatic for having a future little Tucci on board. And of course, the newest member of 12 Ounce Sports, of course. So sports will take a huge role for my child's life. Please know that, boy or girl, whatever it may be. We're having a gender reveal party on November 1st with just my inner circle of family, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those that don't know, I'll say it again. My wife and I are expecting a baby Tucci on the way, April 2021. So again, we have the future little star of 12 Ounce Sports coming to you very soon, the next 6 months. But Pete's Power Plays, of course, is sponsored by the one, the only, MyBookie.ag. Again, sports are all in full force right now. You got college football, you got the NFL. You also have baseball playoffs rocking and rolling. You have soccer, MLS just started up again. So those that are soccer junkies, you could ready to rock and roll when it comes to MyBookie. Anyone that took Coastal Carolina money line last night, congratulations on that. I was so tempted to take it, but I did not. Sometimes you like to go the other way. A lot of people were on Lafayette last night. I wasn't. I was on Coastal Carolina plus 9.5, so I cashed that out. That was a personal play of mine. And there you have it. There you have it. Sometimes you have to go against the audience. Sometimes you have to go against the public, especially when you're getting 10 points. That's a lot of points for Lafayette to cover. And Coastal Carolina straight up won the game. So congratulations to the Chanticleers, ladies and gentlemen. But once again, mybookie.ag. Use the promo code 12 Ounce Sports. It's 12OZ Sports, all one word, all caps, no spaces. When signing up for an account today, they'll match your deposit up to $1,000. Yes, they are, and they're hooking you up. We're hooking you up. Once again, mybookie.ag. Use the promo code 12 Ounce Sports. Again, 12OZ Sports, all one word, all caps, no spaces, and they'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. Also, to remember to always gamble responsibly. Okay, you have a budget. Stick to your budget. Okay, don't go crazy. Seriously, I mean, it's a dangerous thing. Gambling is a dangerous sport. Me being in the business of sports gambling and being a hockey capper and a daily fantasy football guru, I know it way too well. Okay, I've been saying this to a lot of clients of mine as well as other people that follow me and DM me on daily occasion in terms of hockey plays or lineups. You have to have a budget when it comes to this. Okay, it really does. But once again, in conclusion here, mybookie.ag, use the promo code 12 Ounce Sports. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. And again, please remember to gamble responsibly. Zingo TV, channel 761. Ladies and gentlemen that are tuning in, welcome aboard to Thursday, October 15th, 2020 episode of Pete's Power Plays. Those that don't have Zingo TV, make sure you download the app on your smart TV. Use the promo code 12 Ounce, 12OZ. Once again, the OZ are caps when creating an account, and from there you'll be streaming live all of our phenomenal shows that we have for you on 12 Ounce Sports. Our community is growing and growing by the second. We have new people out there that just joined us, new shows. It is rocking and rolling. I'm telling you, 12-ounce sports is the way to go when it comes to tuning into Zingo TV. Again, channel 761. Can't stress this enough. Welcome aboard, and thanks again, Zingo TV. So today I have a couple things on tap for you guys. Winners and losers of the NHL free agency. Obviously, it is slowing down at the moment right now as we speak. More or less, like I said, I mentioned on the show yesterday, the wine and dine of what is available for teams to pick up. And then you also have, potential players on the move via trades. I mean, you have a lot of rumors and rumblings right now. Is of course Patrick Laine, also Johnny Gaudreau. A lot of speculation of him being traded. I don't think so. Like I said, I'll say it again. I mentioned on the show about last week or even 2 weeks ago that Laine was my wild card to stay put in Winnipeg. And I know a lot of people have him going elsewhere, but I think, like I said, I'll stand to my words. He will stay a Winnipeg Jet. And I think Gaudreau stays with the Flames as well, unless if the Flyers, I pray to God that Gaudreau comes to Philly. And speaking of Johnny Gaudreau, I am from Sewell, New Jersey. I am from South Jersey. I was born and raised in Philadelphia. The first 15 years of my life until I moved to Jersey. And Johnny Gaudreau, he is, obviously he's from the Glassboro area, just like me. And his ice rink that he plays over the summer is right around the corner from my house. So once in a while, he'll drop by Hollydale Hockey Rink. I need to drop that line there. Hollydale Hockey Rink in Sewell, New Jersey is where Johnny Gaudreau likes to play during his off season, which is cool. So of course he's a Glassboro kid, like I said, but that rink's right around the corner for me. And one of these days, it'd be nice. I've been there a couple times this off season. Haven't seen him yet, obviously because of the pandemic, and they closed down and they reopened, and now it looks like hockey's in full force at Hollydale. So I'm gonna drop by sometime. Like I said, maybe next year. Hopefully he comes by, but the word on the street is that he does go there a couple times during the off season, and it'd be fun to catch Johnny Gaudreau there. So hometown hero, man. The Flyers are looking for you, but I don't think this year is going to happen. I think Gaudreau stays put in Calgary for now. They're really due for a cup run, and they got great offense. So it's just a matter of timing until they actually get over that hump and get back to the Stanley Cup Finals. So here we go. NHL free agency winners and losers. Let's just get rocking and rolling here. Winners, the goalies cashing in. You had so many goalie moves in the offseason. So many. It was a busy year for goaltending. And the movement was all over the place the past couple of days. We're almost about a week in. Last Friday was when it started. And over the whole weekend, we saw 7, 8, 9 goalie moves, within a few hours. You had Henrik Lundqvist going from the Rangers to the Capitals, Holtby going from the Capitals to the Canucks, Markstrom going from the Canucks to the Flames, Talbot going from the Flames to the Wild, and of course Corey Crawford going from the Blackhawks to the Devils. Okay, you also saw notable mentions, Devin Dubnyk going from the Wild to the Sharks. It's unbelievable right now. It's crazy how all this is taking place. It's like a little chain reaction. It's like a little chain reaction. You list these goalies, and these goalies are being mentioned by the teams they previously played for by adding a new one, which is funny to me. Absolutely funny. Khudobin obviously re-signing with the Stars, which is huge for Dallas going into this upcoming season. Of course, Ben Bishop, not sure what's going to happen there. He might be the backup for Dallas. And, Khudobin, 3-year, $3.33 million. Like I said, he's been a career backup this whole time. 34-year-old, he's going to be in Dallas for a couple more years. Good for him. And, all eyes and ears for the Dallas Stars. Edmonton Oilers are the losers when it comes to not getting a goalie. They had so much time to grab somebody. There were so many names out there. You could pick and choose. There's a huge, like I said, there's at least 8 to 10 good goalies that were out there, or veterans, that were still able to play the game. And, they bought low on Kyle Turris. They got him. Okay, big deal. You add another offensive talent to your already dominating talent of Draisaitl and McDavid. But Kyle Turris is what sets this line one up so amazingly well compared to others. But he wasn't a fit in Nashville. He comes to Edmonton. Okay, you got him. You got him. Now you have him lined up with Draisaitl and McDavid. But they don't. And they also locked down Tyson Barrie, of course, one of the best defensemen available this summer. And 1 year deal, big deal. But again, they upgraded on defense and they got another offensive stud. But the all important thing here is the Oilers did get stronger and higher playoff expectations for sure this upcoming season. But it all comes down to goaltending too. I mean, you can't just sit there and watch all these teams take these awesome goaltenders. I mean, you could have pursued Markstrom, but they got snubbed, and they actually they whiffed on a couple of their options. They had a potential trade set up for Peter Mrazek, and that fell through. And here they end up bringing back Mike Smith for a 1 year deal for $2 million. It's just mind-boggling for Oilers fans here. Yeah, you could juice up whatever the hell you want, offensive and defensively, but you still need a good goaltender. So it looks like Mike Smith will be in net with Mikko Koskinen again, but it's Smith had a mediocre season. He had about a .902 save percentage, and the start percentage in minus was minus 7.7 goals above average, saved above average. And, of course, in the postseason was worse. He gave up 5 goals on 23 shots in his one appearance. And it's puzzling to me. And he got more money than Henrik Lundqvist, which is insane. It's insane. All right, so Mike Smith better be in his top game. And like I said, I'll say it again. the over-unders for the Oilers this year, just be prepared for 6.5 sevens. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a crazy lackluster of over-unders when it comes to this season. I'm telling you right now. But especially when it comes to Edmonton with a high-powered offense and a not-so-great goaltender, expect them to give up goals. It's going to happen. So this is why I do see, I could see the first game being 6.5 over-under, no matter who they play. Maybe even 7. Maybe a Toronto-Edmonton game, you'll see an over-under at 7. I highly expect this to happen. Winner, Alex Pietrangelo. He did not want to leave the St. Louis Blues. He really is disappointed in leaving, but when it comes to free agency, anything can happen, and it's tough. It was a big peer pressure move to head to Vegas. They were giving you great money. You can't say no to it. As much as you love playing for the Blues, it's time to move on. It's a business. NHL is a business, okay? And that's what happens. Every sport's a business. You get paid better money to go to another team. Who's not going to accept that? Hell, I would play for the New York Jets if I was getting, 5 years, $80 million, something of that nature. It would never happen. But hey, if I was only getting like $60 million, for another couple of years, that's fine. But if you're getting more money for a different team, no matter how crap they are, I mean, why not? Just go and enjoy it. You're on you're on an even better team now with the Vegas Golden Knights. It's a clear front runner to win the Stanley Cup Finals. Obviously, like I said yesterday, they were 7-1. I'm surprised they haven't moved up to at least 5 or 6-1. But again, odds. This is what the odd makers' jobs are. So time will tell. Time will tell. And of course, every week I will be updating Stanley Cup odds by the week. It's popular demand. A lot of people want me to do that, so I will be doing that. So Alex Pietrangelo is a winner. Another winner is the Buffalo Sabres. Taylor Hall. What can I say? The biggest name forward available this summer. After being traded twice in the past 4 seasons, the 28-year-old finally had a chance to choose his landing spot. And I was shocked. I think we're all shocked that he went to Buffalo. We were thinking, he could go to somebody else. Okay, somebody besides the Sabres. All right, all these names were popping up that he would go to. The Avalanche was a big name that he was supposed to go to, and that was the reason why I took a ticket on a future for the Avalanche right off the bat. Thinking, okay, Taylor Hall's going to land in Colorado. So much speculation around it, but it doesn't matter. I still have Colorado at 9-1 to win the Cup. They have since dropped down to 7-1. So again, this is why I'm going to give you guys out these updated Cup odds, conference odds, so you guys could get your tickets in early before they move. This is what my job is all about: being a hockey guru, and a capper. And this is why I have the show, to give you guys the first front row seat to every early access to tickets and value out there, basically. So Buffalo Sabres, of course, another winner. They land Taylor Hall, and he's ready to rock. I mean, he didn't sign a massive deal. Again, this makes you think that he is on a rental term with the Sabres. Okay, he's going to find out how they're going to do. He's going to play with Jack Eichel, see what happens. Okay, you could probably stop all the Jack Eichel trading rumors right now because after signing Taylor Hall, he's going to be staying in Buffalo, and we'll see how this team does. Okay, if they're semi decent in a playoff potential spot, you might see Taylor Hall finish up the season in Buffalo, and they might extend them for another couple years. But if they're absolute dreadful, just be on the lookout for him to be going elsewhere to a playoff caliber team and to sign there long term for another couple years. That's why he did this for 1 year. And then all eyes will be on Jack Eichel and the rest of the Buffalo Sabres to see what happens. But this is all or nothing for the Sabres. But they're a winner to me. I like it. And this is exactly what they needed. This is exactly what the Sabres needed. And, of course, for Eichel to stay put in Buffalo, this helps the fans out big time, too. So, again, it was such a shock that Hall went to Buffalo. Such a true dark horse in the Sabres. Like, I just, it's maybe this will end this will end the longest postseason drought, and Buffalo will get back into the playoffs. They're long overdue. Buffalo has a high end of Sabres fans out there, and they're ready for their team to come forward finally and hit the playoffs for once. A loser for me is long-term deals. I mean, like I said, I'm talking about Taylor Hall, but he got a 1-year deal. The top forward available only gets 1 year, and this is why I'm saying that some of these players are looking to go elsewhere, if their team doesn't come forward and make the postseason. I mean, you had only three players, all right, Torrey Krug, Jacob Markstrom, and Alex Pietrangelo that signed deals for more than 4 years. Through the first 5 days of free agency last year, 8 players landed 5 or 6 or even 7-year contracts. This is a lot. This is a different season. This has been a different season so far, and it's just in a loser mind for me. The long-term deals with these improved and players bouncing elsewhere, like top players. Top forwards and defensemen and goaltenders all over the place this offseason, only getting less than 3 years on a deal. It's mind-boggling for me. Again, this is why you have to just take the bullet. Okay, 1-year deal for Taylor Hall. Again, he's just gonna feel the ice with this team this season. I think so. I mean, he wants to work with Jack Eichel and make this team a playoff team. It's due. It's time. So that's just a main loser for me as well. But moving on real quick, another winner that I have is the Montreal Canadiens. The fact that they went off, they got Jake Allen. They also re-signed Gallagher for a 6-year extension. So they're rocking and rolling. Okay, you got Gallagher for another 6 years on Montreal, and then you also signed Jake Allen from the Blues for a couple years. So they're ready to rock and roll. This team's going to be good. And of course, you can't forget Tyler Toffoli. I mean, they are absolute winners in my books. This is why I also have I am leaning on a future at them because their odds are at 50-1 right now to win the cup. And I'm telling you right now, it's only going to move up. It's only going to move up. Okay, if you get 50-1 now, take it. It's a good value play for the Montreal Canadiens to win the Stanley Cup. I'm telling you right now, they'll be back in the playoffs, and man, they're going to be better than they were last year. They knocked out Pittsburgh, and they gave my Flyers a pretty good run at their money. Okay, so they had nothing to lose. So I really think, like I said, the Canadiens are also big winners, just like the Buffalo Sabres. They got rid of Max Domi, and look at their additions. Just look at their additions. Joel Edmondson. All right, you got him on defense. You got Jake Allen, of course, Tyler Toffoli, Josh Anderson. They got via trade with Max Domi, of course. What they're doing on this team is very good. They're young, they're talented, and I'm telling you right now, just look out for the Canadiens this year. So, all right, and then moving on, the Chicago Blackhawks veteran core, Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane, Brent Seabrook, and Duncan Keith taking absolute shots, at the GM as to why they traded Corey Crawford. They despised it. They hated it. It just a really bad, it was just a bad overtake for that team. It's going to leave a bad taste in their mouth too in the upcoming season. They seemed like they were effective transitioning on the fly this past season. They barely just got in too. They upset the Oilers. and they made it to the second round when they got shellackled by the Vegas Golden Knights. So it was good to see this team back in the playoffs, barely. And but the fact that they got rid of Zadorov as well to the Avalanche, you got rid of Corey Crawford, a big snub. The Blackhawks actually offered him a 1-year deal at a reduced rate, and they didn't negotiate it. And they suddenly told him last week that they were going to go in a different direction. And Corey Crawford was absolutely devastated. And of course, Chicago's core as well, like the players I just mentioned: Duncan Keith, Brent Seabrook, Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, etc. They're very upset about this, and it's going to play a huge part in the upcoming season. And he was, no one was told that they were going to go through a rebuild, especially at the goalie side. But we'll see how the Blackhawks do. But I think they should have given Crawford at least a year deal back in net for Chicago and go from there. Lastly, notable winners: Kevin Shattenkirk. Obviously, he hit rock bottom after he took a buyout from the Rangers last August, and here we go. He's signed back. He's back with the Anaheim Ducks, 3-year deal, $11.7 million. That's a big signing for the Ducks, and why not? Kevin Shattenkirk had a huge offseason and postseason with the Tampa Bay Lightning, as we all know. But going to Anaheim, that's a huge addition to the Ducks. Another loser, real quick, Tyler Johnson. We don't know what's going to happen with him, and no team obviously has jumped on him yet. So we don't know what his future remains like. It's in limbo, and time will tell wherever he goes. All right. Either way, he should be happy wherever he lands. And that basically concludes my winners and losers. Like I said, a couple others real quick. The Capitals were a winner to me. The Boston Bruins were a loser to me. And the Bruins also announced, on Tuesday, that Marchand and Pasternak themselves, they had all-season surgeries that may require them to miss the start of next season. So that's huge for Boston. And I'm telling you, it's only a matter of timing. It's a matter of timing. This team is getting, they're getting decimated. They're getting old. Like I said, McAvoy is that young stud that's going to have to pick this team up. Krug is gone. Marchand and Pasternak are expected to miss time in the start of next season. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. Chara is still a free agent. So I don't know what's going to happen with this Boston Bruins team. Again, I'm not sure why they are 5-1 to win the Eastern Conference, let alone 10-1 to win the Cup. They have problems everywhere, and this might be the end of it. You have Oliver Ekman-Larsson. They were also in on Taylor Hall. Obviously, it broke through, but Ekman-Larsson is still out there too. With Krug gone, Boston could be the way to go. But again, last time I checked, and I've been checking this frequently, OEL right now, his prime destination is Vancouver. I think Vancouver is going to end up landing Ekman-Larsson at some point, whenever it's going to be. So there you have it. That wraps it up. Once again, real quick, this is the Thursday, October 15th, 2020 episode of Pete's Power Plays, hosted by the one, the only king of the ice himself, Philly Pete, and we're live on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV, channel 761. I hope you ladies and gentlemen out there are tuning in right now. Again, 761 on Zingo TV. This show, as always, is sponsored by the one, the only, mybookie.ag. Use the promo code 12 Ounce Sports, all caps, no spaces, when signing up for an account. They'll match your deposit up to $1,000. Yes, we're hooking you up. All the sports are back in action. Once again, mybookie.ag. 12 Ounce Sports is your promo code. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. And remember to always gamble responsibly. Also, Zingo TV, channel 761. If you don't have the app downloaded on your smart TV, use the promo code 12ounce, 12OZ, and from there you'll be streaming live all of our phenomenal shows, including yours truly, Pete's Power Plays, streaming live. I mean, if you're tuning in to channel 761 right now, you'll be hearing my lovely voice, which I know you love hearing Tuesday through Thursday at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, right? Come on now. But once again, Zingo TV, channel 761. If you don't have the app, download it. It's really good. 12 ounce, 12OZ as your promo code, and you'll be streaming live all of our shows. Again, Zingo TV, channel 761. Now, moving into Week 6 NFL daily fantasy football lineups. Like I said, I think this morning I got about 4 or 5 more people that are clients of mine now that signed up for my fantasy football daily lineups for FanDuel and DraftKings. Again, I do both lineups for my clients. It's basically on what they do or what they have. So some of them have both DraftKings and FanDuel. They like to put in both lineups. Most have FanDuel, A very select few have DraftKings. So there you go. My free Twitter Sunday daily fantasy football lineups are based on FanDuel because that's high demand, based on DMs that I get from a lot of people. And like I said, by the day, I'm getting more and more clients for daily fantasy football. I can't complain because, like I said, all my weeks besides, the first 4 of 5 weeks that we had, cashing out in the over 90 percentile. That's guaranteeing us huge money, okay? So we're already up as is. So 1 week, okay, we were about 75 to 78%. We didn't make the cut, but, for the other couple weeks, over 90 percentile, that's pretty damn good if you're looking at it. So like I said, last year we were rocking all year. This season we're already rocking. So let's get into week 6 real quick. Now, Atlanta Falcons had 4 positive tests this morning come through. The Vikings and Falcons game is obviously in jeopardy. This may potentially be a Tuesday night game. Again, we'll see what happens. I don't mind it. I wouldn't mind a Tuesday night game. I think that'd be sweet because I enjoyed the Bills-Titans game this past Tuesday. But be on the lookout for this. This is why daily fantasy football is subject to change for me. I said yesterday Adam Thielen, Aaron Jones, and Mike Davis were my 3 locks for Sunday. I'm adding in there Robbie Anderson and Kenny Golladay. Now, if Adam Thielen is gone, if that game is postponed till Tuesday, Adam Thielen will be on my Tuesday night lineup. And that's when you have to add in Robbie Anderson and Kenny Golladay to replace Adam Thielen. So those are my 5 locks for Sunday. If this game goes on, once again, Adam Thielen, you have Aaron Jones, Mike Davis, Robbie Anderson, and Kenny Golladay as my 5 DFS locks when it comes to Sunday. Now, I'm looking at an optimal lineup for FanDuel right now, all right? And there's a lot of things that I could say about who I want and where I want people, but you have to understand, again, it's just, I will be checking in with you guys, of course, on Sunday. The lineups I give you guys now won't necessarily be that it would be for Sunday. But most of these guys will be in the lineups. But for now, and you can take my word for it, my optimal FanDuel lineup right now, or you could use the cash lineup or even tournament lineup for this lineup that I'm going to give you guys for Sunday right now. Or hell, you could have this lineup in right now, and then I could give you a whole different lineup come Sunday. But again, it's all subject to change, and you just gotta pay attention to my timeline. That's why you have to follow me at the Real Pete Tooch. You search PT, I'm one of the first guys there. Can't miss me. And again, I give you guys out a free FanDuel daily fantasy football lineup every Sunday. So let's get into it. Now, again, this could go for an optimal cash or tournament lineup. This is FanDuel only. At quarterback, I have Gardner Minshew, the quarterback out of Jacksonville. Okay, I expect him to put up some good numbers this weekend. With Dalvin Cook likely out this Sunday, I have Alexander Mattison. Again, subject to change because they're playing the Falcons. We're not sure what the outcome of this is going to be. This is why you have to pay attention. I usually send out my lineup about an hour before kickoff on Sunday, so just be on the lookout for that. Alexander Mattison, running back for the Vikings, and this is because Cook is likely out on Sunday and or this game could be postponed until Tuesday. Just stay tuned. So Alexander Mattison, Vikings running back. David Montgomery, running back of the Chicago Bears. I expect him to have a pretty good game as well. A receiver, Calvin Ridley. I am jumping on large because you don't know the outcome of Julio. He was out last week for a hamstring injury. Not much more. I think he had practice. I think he practiced the other day. But once again, another Falcon player that I have in my lineup. You have to pay attention to. So Calvin Ridley, I love what he. I love his income that he has right now, and I love basically the matchup for him. Another receiver going into this game, Justin Jefferson, receiver of Minnesota. Another player that to look out for, and of course subject to change. And my last receiver, I'll take a shot with this guy, T.Y. Hilton. I really think that he's due for a breakout game. He's due. It's time. Tight end, T.J. Hawkinson out of Detroit. My flex, Derrick Henry. I'm putting Henry back in lineups again because he had a monstrous Tuesday night football lineup, which we cashed good with. So Derrick Henry is my flex. And last but not least, the Ravens at defense. So there you have it. Subject to change, of course. And unfortunately, I'm out of time. I hope everyone has a phenomenal weekend. Stay safe. Wear your mask. And I'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. See you guys. Bye.